let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is fine, we'll just stop. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so you may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weatherwise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect flying honeymoon. They say, come fly with, let's fly away. So I get you up there where the air is rarefied. We'll just fly star high. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weatherwise, such a lovely day. You just say the words and we'll beat the words down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect flying honeymoon. They say, come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. Back up, let's fly away.
Renovation is accessible. You know, I like it.
Sexy bone. Lovers say that perhaps when they feel to romance, tell me that it's so good. I say the bone. So I say it to you, like the French people do, because it's all so good. Every word, every sound, every kiss there leads to only one thought, and it's so nothing else can just your slightest embrace. And if you only would be my own for the rest of my days, I will whisper this phrase. Says the bone, the river sings, bone. Left back, Sibon. The Eiffel Tower, Sibon.
Major project.
Meatballs, pizza, school chili. Now that sounds pretty good too. Hey, what's your language? I have only one thought, and it's this dear. Oh, it's so good. Nothing else can replace Just your sliders and bricks.
17 years.
And if you only would be mine for the rest of my days, I will whisper this phrase. My darling says she's gone. Gigi is gone. Mimi is gone. And all those mamsellies gone. In fact, you'd be surprised how much good stuff there is around here, Frank.
Straight. There you go. First thing we got to do is get children. Let's start trying. Sit down. When they're trying, 2 salads. Oh, she stayed home for yes. Fourth. That's not no, it's still on our without it.
Somehow, something in your kiss just told me my sometime is not rewarded by some.
Yes, sir.
No,
It's a great.
something in my heart keeps saying my someplace is here. If I had my power, I'd arrange for everything to have your child. They everything for hours. Every boy, everybody, someone, although I be well. Your love made it world for someone like you. I would arrange for every girl to have your charm. Every boy would find. I was all for you.
Right.
Your love made it work for someone like you. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you
We know the
and the way you look too.
pizza.
With each word, your tenderness grows. tearing my fear apart. And that last wrinkles your nose, touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. And that love that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Mm. Mm. Just the way you look tonight.
One minute. God, your love, thy wings fighting to us.
I see Kevin sitting out carrots.
And you,
There's a rail on this side. Where is it?
Speak the rest of the church.
Make sure you.
We're cold as girls grow, and we all lose our charms in the end. These rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Tiffany's. Connie. Right, star, rock, score. Talk to me, Harry Winston. Tell me all about it.
I used to get a daily mail.
Child, that's he's the Lord. Diamonds
On
are
our
a friend. Baby,
Okay.
I love that.
Check and see what Bob's got in his water, will you please? If I could have your attention, please. Everybody will find a seat. If you would, please shut off your cell phones, pagers, or whatever other instruments you've got that might make some noise. Before I get started, I'd like to thank the Sonesta Resort for spending some $30 million putting together this package together for us today. Bob, thank you very much. Kate, do we have a quorum? 61. Okay, thank you. I'd ask for a motion to waive the reading of the previous minutes. Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Good, thank you very much. Welcome to our 2004, 2005 review of last year's work that was done and all the things that we've done in Shipyard. Again, this year's, we're not taking any questions from the floor as indicated on your ballot. But all questions have been compiled and are in the new version of Anchor Magazine. Any other questions, please forward them to Meredith or Kate, and they will be answered in time. I want to thank the 2004, 2005 Board of Directors for your support during this past year. And you've allowed and promoted Shipyard excelling again. And thank you for our new board, newly elected board for 2005, 2006. And thank you for our management staff, Meredith, our general manager, Kate Coward, our girl Friday, and Chief Lawrence Alexander for another year of leadership. And thank you to the rest of the hardworking staff throughout the year who have allowed us to do our work, stay ahead of the problems as they've existed, and stay within budget. On that note, I want to note the one thing that we've always asked of our general manager, that each year to try and stay within the cost of living in terms of what our raise was. The last 3 years, she's done that in exemplary fashion. This year, around a 4% increase. Next year, which she's already started on that budget, I'm sure she will do the same. On a sad note, last past year, we lost Bob Deeb, our 20-year legal advisor, to a heart attack. He was a loss to the community as a whole and certainly missed by us in Shipyard. And to all you who are here today visiting with us and here for the meeting, thank you very much for being a vibrant part of our community, which gives us an action base that makes us Shipyard the best community on Hilton Head. Now, to give further details on a new mission statement or a revised mission statement, I'd like to introduce Jerry Pecoraro, our SPOA Vice President.
Thank you, Kevin. Put up the mission statement if you would. Thank you. Shipyard, driven by its friendly people, breathtaking beauty, and prime location, the goal is always to keep Shipyard among the best Hilton Head communities to live, visit, and invest. And thank you to the marketing committee and Carl, CO, for helping us put that mission statement together. Appreciate that. And really, as we go through the presentation, I think you'll see that we'll tick off each of those nice place to live, a great place to visit, and certainly a great place to invest. So keep that in mind as we go through the presentation, and we'll have examples of all of those going through. It is now my pleasure to introduce our financial secretary and treasurer, an average golfer, but a real good guy, Joe Striveri.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know many of you from my ARB role, so don't do too much building this year. Keep it light. But I'll take the average golfer comment. That's pretty good. Okay. We want to thank you for helping us this year Um, we have improved the ownership property values, and I can tell you one on Kingston Road just sold for 2.5 million. So that's the highest we've had in here. Um, yeah, and there's not many properties for sale actually. Uh, but we're doing quite well in that vein. Um, we've excelled in strategic planning and implementing new programs, and we continue our relationship with TD Bank. Um, last year, we resurfaced the road uh, on Kingston Road, and we'll continue to do that, widen pathways, and just improve the overall common areas, um, including the lagoons. Uh, we just restained the decking that goes out to the beach and have upgraded the toilet facilities, the restroom facilities, and the gatehouses. There's more. Meredith will talk some more about a plan that we have moving forward to do the gatehouse at 278 entrance. We have increased our reserves, and I'll go over the reserves in a little while to be prepared for storms and uh, maintenance items. In 2024, we had a successful audit review, and we also have created a positive momentum for communication initiatives. And there's quite a few publications that you should see going out. Meredith and her team put out these e-blasts, and we still have the anchor that you get quarterly. Um, we've had a very good success in keeping staff retention. It's a good place to work. We're down a couple of security guards right now, but other than that, we've had full employment a number of times during the year. Receivables are very good, less than 1.2%. And we had a very strong year in enhancement income due to the sales of homes and villas and property. Um, since it's been going up, we've done very well in our enhancement income. So here's what happened in 2024. These are all 2024 numbers. Um, we had budgeted 3,184,000, and we actually took in 3,572,000. So it was about 388,000 more that we received, revenue we received. Much of it had to do with the decal sales and the commercial pass sales and the rental access. Also, the enhancement income, like I said, was considerably more at 326 than we had anticipated, um, due to all the sales that were positive. Now, our operational expenses, unfortunately, we exceeded it. If you look at the total, we went 3,757,000. So we were about 188,000 more money spent than came in. But it was uh, part of it had to do with the catastrophic reserve, which you see there at $65,000 roughly, and enhancement expenses. But even though we exceeded the amount that was taken in, and it shows on the next slide, it would show a negative bottom line, that money was paid for through um, the maintenance reserve and through the enhancement. Uh, so we're still well maintained. We're within budget, well managed, and we're able to add new staff and equipment to improve the property. And we have resources to handle storm events. And we're able to update ancient, old uh, structures and paving. The paving that was done on Kingston Road last year, the last time that had been done was in like 1995. So it needed it. So the net loss was really due to the Kingston road paving of $309,000. That was a pretty big hit. We also, I'm sure you all realize the shuttle we had last year, which worked out very well, getting people to and from the beach. We hired a maintenance staff member in addition, so we wouldn't have to subcontract some of the smaller jobs. He could handle them, and he's been very good because he can do plumbing, he can do electrical, um, and he can do carpentry work. So we'll compare year by year what has happened to our POA fee. And you'll see in 2024 it was $1,120 per household. It is gone up in 2025 to 1,165. The catastrophic reserve that we had at the end of last year was $742,000. You see the negative there. And then the enhancement was $326,000. And if we compare that fee to other communities, at the 1,165 was still the lowest on Hilton Head. And you can see some of them are like $1,500, $1,400 more than we are. So the enhancement news was the total income on enhancement from sales came to $326,000. What happens every year in the beginning of 2025, we take a quarter of that and we add it to the catastrophic fund. So that's $81,618 that'll go into that fund. The rest of the money, the $240,000, ends up going into the enhancement fund. So at the end of 2024, we have $328,000 in the enhancement fund. And the total for the 19 years that we've been collecting enhancement money is almost $3 million. So it's enabled Shipyard to do a lot of projects, keep things ship shape, so to speak. So I'd like to finish with the reserve recap. This kind of tells the story of where we are. The enhancement reserve as of 1/1/24 was $268,000. We took 75% of the sales from 2023, and that got added into that. So that was another $246,000. And then we used that funding to complete these projects that you see there. Gate cameras, and there's going to be more cameras probably put at the Pope Avenue gate. We had the island buggy is the transportation that went through all summer in the to get you down to the beach. Um, we bought some holiday decorations, which we got very good feedback. People liked them. Upgraded signs, and then we worked on the restrooms by the beach and just repairs and upgrades. So the balance as of 12/31/24 was $328,000. The catastrophic reserve started out at $804,000, and we spent 65,000 on cleaning up from Helene, um, and that gave us a balance of 739. But as I said before, the $81,000, which is a quarter of the enhancement that we got in 24, will be put into that fund. So the catastrophic reserve, as we start out 2025, actually is going to be over $820,000. So we're headed for our $1 million goal. Every year it goes up, and as long as there's no big catastrophes, we will get to that $1 million goal. The other reserve which we tap, and this one got hit hard last year, was the maintenance reserve. We started with 713,000. The balance now is down to 427 because of these projects. The one that hit it hardest was the Kingston Road project, $309,000. Now, most of the road work is done in the plantation, in the shipyard. Most of the work is complete on these roads. The ones that still have to be done, there's a roadway that goes into Wynwood Village. There's Port of Spain, Port au Prince. There's some of the side streets that still need work, but most of it is done. So this coming year, we're going to be concentrating on the doing the paving at the beach club. That is an important area which really needs work, and that'll probably get done in the fall. Um, there's some lagoon cleanup, and we have the maintenance technician that we hired. These projects all hit this reserve. Um, it was the beach area fence. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but it was falling apart. It got rebuilt, reframed, and painted, and it came out real nice. And then there was the shuttle outlay. So with that recap, I think 2024, as we sit here today in 2025, we're in very good shape. We did a lot of work last year, and we still have plenty of money in the reserves. So now Meredith will tell you what's going to happen in 2025, and I'll turn it over to her. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to the annual meeting. I'd like to start my comments off by saying it's such a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Through collaboration with team members, consultants, board members, and committee members, so much was accomplished in Shipyard in 2024. I'll talk more about how much I appreciate all those folks later. And believe me, there is so much to be said about all the efforts working together for the betterment of all of Shipyard. But for now, I'd like to go back and focus on the early part of last year. As always, your board discusses potential enhancement projects and annual maintenance projects in January each year. In 2024, enhancement project approvals included the much needed holiday decoration upgrades, a security camera upgrade at Parkway Gate, auxiliary restroom upgrades, pet stations, sign refurbishment project, and so much more. As mentioned earlier, as for capital projects, repaving Kingston Road was the top priority. Also discussed were bike path paving and beach area parcel improvements. Those last two, we agreed that we would revisit mid-year, and they did. So we started with the top priority at the time, Kingston Road paving. We started finalizing quotes in January, and ultimately the project was completed in March. This was a newer vendor for Shipyard, Bennett Paving, but they did an awesome job with communication, traffic control, and quality control throughout. And then right around that time, we were busy preparing for last year's annual meeting. We had a great turnout, much like this year, in person and virtually. It was a good, upbeat meeting, and our team left feeling extremely motivated to think outside of the box on ways to make Shipyard better for everyone. Top of mind for me was, if we can't get more parking at the beach, how can we still get more people to the beach? So after talking with GMs in neighboring communities and beyond, and consulting with experts in the field, I presented the concept of the Shipyard Shuttle to your board. They ultimately approved a trial season for this program, and some additional modifications were made, such as lengthening the beach hang tag season and relocating large vehicle parking to the overflow areas to make the beach area easier to navigate for everyone in the interim. I can tell you that the pilot season went off without a hitch. We worked with Island Buggy, which is a phenomenal company with some very knowledgeable and pleasant workers. So we accomplished everything we'd hoped to with the shuttle, namely getting more bodies to the beach, regardless of the limited parking, and reducing congestion for all of you at the same time. We learned so much during that pilot phase, which is typical when trying something new. We learned what we could do better. We've made notes and plans accordingly. But all things considered, those shuttles were moving hundreds of people to the beach every week, and the program really did go off without a hitch. So after finding a solution to beach parking, I also felt that the POA would greatly benefit from having an in-house maintenance person. For many years, this is something we really wish we had, specifically considering how much better the property might look with a more consistent and personal touch. So I made the recommendation to try a part-time in-house maintenance person for the second half of 2024 and to finance it via your maintenance reserve. So if you didn't already know, that recommendation was also approved. We were lucky enough to find a very good candidate, and we kept him busy from onset with a long list of tasks that were delayed or even forgotten for some time. As you might have noticed, for example, the shower towers were not in a constant state of disrepair in 2024. And as you know, that was quite the improvement over 2023. Most of that is thanks to Anthony Nieves, who is our new maintenance technician. He's not only talented in so many other areas, but who knew he was quite the experienced plumber as well. So lucky for you, lucky for us. Before I move more on to the second half of the year, I want to talk about what I mentioned earlier about the talent, dedication, and effort around here. Anyone who truly knows me knows that my leadership style is deeply rooted in the fact that I believe teamwork makes the dream work. That is not just a saying to me. I do not do this job by myself. To that end, I'd like to recognize a few people who are here with us today. I'll start with Chief Alexander, who's in the back. He's become He's a good guy. He's my go-to meteorologist, maintenance manager, good listener, wildlife consult, safety specialist, and so much more. I count on him so much, and he never fails to hold the security team accountable and to a very high standard. And then there's Stacy Wiggins. I don't think I see her in here, but I'm sure many of you have known her for many years. Stacy is like having a life-size cheat sheet of sorts. I depend on her to remember every owner's name when I sometimes forget. I just had my 50th birthday, so I'm getting a little forgetful. But anyway, she doesn't usually stop there. She can usually go on to tell me your children and your grandchildren's names, your pets' names if you have, and what kind of car you drive, where you live, and more. But more importantly than that, she's always the first person to come to me and tell me what we can do if she thinks you need assistance and there's something that we can do about it. Moving on to Kate Coward, while not here as long as some of the others, has definitely made her mark as well. She is my go-to when I need to get things done. She's eager to step up, roll up her sleeves, and get into the fold when making improvements. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our guest services and membership services team, Tom and Noah, who I think are in the back, for setting such a pleasant tone in the office. They've been setting such a pleasant tone and they're streamlining process to make things easier for you and for your guests. And finally, to Becky Prescott. To Becky for treating the beach club like her very own and ensuring that you all enjoy your time there in the process. So I honestly couldn't get half as much done without this incredible team. And for that and for them, I am grateful. I also appreciate committee and board member contributions to spreading good in the neighborhood. I'll start with Joe Straveri. I'm not going to say anything bad about your golf because I don't know about it, but I can never thank him enough for lending his talents. Not only does he run the ARB like no one I've ever seen, he's also knowledgeable when it comes to a variety of other topics and project developments. Also, thanks to Carl Seo and Jerry Pecoraro for helping us readdress marketing efforts, sharpen our focus on the Shipyard brand, and revise the POA mission statement, which you heard about earlier. The marketing committee really was very busy this past term, and these two gentlemen did an exceptional job spearheading their efforts. I also appreciate committee members like Lee's Husbands and Karen Huff for their effort, ideas, and positive vibes while serving on many committees. Then there were a few newer board members and committee members like Dennis Gambon and Bob Slover, who consistently brought up new and fresh ideas while still promoting positive momentum. There were truly so many owners who contributed to bettering the neighborhood in 2024 that I can't possibly name you all, but I still want to say thank you for everything. So as we moved on to the busiest time of the year, complete with a pilot shuttle program, a new maintenance person, projects out for bid, and studies underway on a variety of efforts, I felt so fortunate to have all of these people and more on the team. I felt confident as we approached initiatives such as repairing the beach club fire suppression system, which sounds small, but it was no cheap or easy feat. Planning for short and long-term lagoon projects, furthering beach area improvements, and taking a more comprehensive look at your reserve status. And if you didn't know, shortly thereafter, we actually completed a few lagoon improvement projects, reviewed options for the overall beach parcel, determined best ways to improve the bike parking in that area in the process, and had your reserve study officially updated by an independent contractor. And you should know that after a very extensive review, and I do mean extensive, I'm glad they took the time that they did to be as thorough as they were. It was determined that your reserves are in good shape should you need them. So we stayed pretty busy throughout the second and third quarters, studying and planning for best results through year end. And just when we felt like we'd possibly make it out of the third quarter, feeling like it was still a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and hoping you wouldn't need to tap into your reserves anymore through year end, Hurricane Helene came a calling and made just about as much of a mess as any storm's aftermath I've seen in a long time. But through collaboration with regime managers, commercial partners, and our landscaping team, we made it through with the necessary resources. Not too long after the storm cleanup efforts were complete, we wrapped up a few smaller lagoon projects, cleared up some brush, and beautified the roadsides. Once again, we could truly say it was looking like a beautiful day in the neighborhood as the new holiday decorations made their debut. And I want to take a moment to say thanks to those committee members who collaborated on our design. It was a quite the thorough process, but we're happy with the finished product. Also, thanks to you for all of your calls and emails about the new look. I can even report that I received several emails from those outside of the community who were impressed with your curb appeal for the holidays. So that was pretty exciting to hear. And while we're talking about the holidays, what a wonderful mingle and jingle you had here last year at the Sonesta. I want to say thanks to Sonesta's leadership team for working with us to make this happen. The service was great. The space looked absolutely beautiful. The food was top notch as always. The entertainment was wonderful. And most importantly, you all looked so happy and festive in the process. So, 2024 was quite busy indeed, but from the looks of things, 2025 is shaping up to be even more so. I feel like I say that every year, but it keeps being the case. But there's so much underway in the first quarter alone, such as town stormwater projects like major pipe replacements. You can see one hand going on right now to the left side of the hotel. Also, pump station maintenance, bike path paving from Colonnade to Beach Walk, a golf course marker replacement project, aerator installations, Pope Gate area landscaping improvement, a major fence replacement and repair project, and gearing up for the second season of the Shipyard shuttle. It was a mouthful. Sounds like a lot, and it is, but we're glad that we're keeping busy making improvements. As far as beyond that, we'll be finalizing plans for the beach area parking repaving project that you heard a little bit about from Mr. Straveri. It was originally scheduled for late winter, early spring, so right about now. But that didn't happen because there were some unforeseen utility projects that prevented us from doing so. So you heard it here first. You will see activity on repaving the beach parking lot area in early fall. We will also be constantly focused on attracting and retaining staff, which is an island-wide issue that I'll defer to Kate to comment on for a few minutes. And then I'll be back to share some additional thoughts with you. Kate.
Good afternoon. I want to share some statistics with everyone that will give some insight into the current labor challenges on the island. The number of jobs in the Hilton Head Island, Bluffton, Beaufort metropolitan area increased by nearly 24% between 2020 and 2020, or sorry, 2000 and 2020. The Hilton Head area population's relative plateau is contributing to a labor shortage because of the gaps between the number of people and the number of jobs. In December of 2024, Hilton Head Island had an unemployment rate of 3.8%, which was similar to the national unemployment rate at that time. As February 25th of 2025, there were over 14,000 jobs available on Hilton Head Island, according to Indeed, which is the most used job platform. Although you see how many jobs are available on Hilton Head Island and the unemployment rate, which are people who are actively seeking jobs, 26 job openings / employers are competing for one single job applicant seeker. With all that being said, the labor market is full of challenges that we, as Shipyard, have been able to avoid with a great retention rate. All of 2024, we were able to maintain a full staff and fill any open positions quickly compared to our neighboring neighborhoods. But as we know, the good times don't always come easy. At the start of 2025, we had 2 jobs posted. We are actively working every day to get the best talent to fill those positions to ensure the best level of service is provided. Filling empty positions and onboarding brand new team members is important, but retention of our current talent is even more important now than ever. We are always working with our neighboring communities to ensure we are offering incentives that are industry standard, if not above that standard. We continue to communicate important information to the whole team on a weekly basis, whether that's virtual for those who are not on shift or in person for those there for the meeting day. Speaking of communication, I'm going to hand the microphone back over to Dr. Elmore to speak on more communication. Thank you for listening to my short statistics and our efforts to ensure you have the best staff force service.
Thank you, Kate. So in closing, I wanted to say something about our efforts to ensure constant two-way communication and community engagement. The new owner coffee and conversation and coffee with Meredith sessions were so well attended last year. As you know, we offered more sessions than ever in 2024, and we added a virtual option as well last year, and that's been well received. But most importantly, during these sessions, we learned so much from you, and we hope you learned from us as well. So many ideas were brought up, and our team greatly benefited from hearing your feedback on those ideas through an owner's lens. It's hard for us to see through that lens because we don't live in this community, so we appreciate that. And now coffees for this year are off to a good start as well, with the first few of them being held last month. We talked about new projects for this year, like the upcoming bike path paving, new security cameras this time now at Pope, new deck furniture at the beach club, walkway deck restaining, and so much more. We also discussed the always upbeat social scene in Shipyard, and not only things like your owners only and deck days, but also happenings for the Shipyard Women's Club and Men's Club, all of which work together to bring out the best in Shipyard. So thanks to all women's and men's club members present who contribute to that. Another major player in Shipyard, is the Sonesta Resort. I'd like to thank their management team again for all that they do. As you know, the Sonesta General Manager, Bob Cosgrove, is our guest speaker today. He's going to fill us in on the new and exciting renovations, some of which you probably saw on your way in, and they do look great. But beyond that, he'll also talk about how they value being a good neighbor in this community. And that is so important when your commercial partners want to be engaged and be a part of your community. But before I ask him to come up, I'm going to leave you with this. I learned a great lesson from my predecessor, Sally Warren. In efforts to be as thorough as I can for every annual meeting, I prepare all year long by keeping a running log of sorts, complete with copious notes and photos. So I've already started my photo collection for 2025. Who would have thought we would start off next year's meeting recalling this, a snowstorm like we thought we would never see? And I can tell you that January 21st did not look like a beautiful day in Shipyard, at least not from a cleanup or waiting for it all to melt or keeping you all safe in the process standpoint. But today it does. So we will focus on that which we have to be thankful for right now. Today it is such a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You are so fortunate to be in a place packed with breathtaking scenery, wonderful relationships, good neighbors, a true sense of community, and some of the best commercial partners around. Thank you. And while we're waiting for Bob to make his way over here, I will introduce him formally. Bob's tenure includes over 35 years of hotel industry experience with many different brands, where he has served in general manager, operations, and finance positions. In addition, he has served as the corporate director of finance and business support for Intercontinental Hotels Group, overseeing a managed portfolio of over 40 hotels, and was part of their new hotel openings and acquisition team. Bob's established leadership skills have proven instrumental in driving their performance, and he was the recipient of the 2022 Sonesta Star Achievement Award. He serves on the Hilton Head Bluffton Area Chamber of Commerce and Shipyard POA boards and is a member of your executive committee. Bob has also served in the past as president of the Greater Philadelphia Hotel Association and has held a board position on the Philadelphia Convention Bureau and the Visit Philly organizations. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome.
Well, how do I follow that up, huh? How's everybody? Good? Good deal, good deal. So a couple notes before we get started here. I'm also born and raised in Philadelphia. So I say water. And I also pronounce every word that ends with TH with an F. So North. All right. So don't mind my pronunciations, but I am from Philadelphia, have been visiting Shipyard for close to 20 years, if you can believe that. So prior to me becoming the GM of this wonderful resort, my family and I spent many of vacations at this hotel. So to now work here and be in the place that I love is just absolutely amazing. So I want to thank Dr. Elmore for inviting me today. I want to also thank my fellow board members and my fellow community members, and I want to share with you some of the great things that are happening here at our resort. You know, it's perfect timing if you think about all the enhancements that have been made in your community through the Shipyard Association, and then to stand up here and show you what we have done or what we plan on doing is very exciting to me. So, you know, being a community member and Shipyard means a lot to not only myself, but to our staff. So why don't we get rolling here, right? I got 6 minutes, so I'm going to go quick, right? Because I know the bar is waiting. So here we go. So a little bit about, and trust me, you're not asked to read this, so it is not an eye exam. So please, I'll give you an overview of what that basically says. So the design of what we are doing was really based around three things: nature, history, and culture. And it was the underlying subtitle of this was Beauty of Light and the Power That Light Has. And what we're really intending to do is to make it a restful paradise. As a brand, we focus very much on relaxation and a great place to stay and really unwind and have a great time. So that is fitting very much into the theme of what we did. So on your seats, you see you have a magnet that we would like for you to put on your refrigerator to remind you every day that we are here as your community partner. And let me introduce to you the first enhancement. So the Driftwood Rum Bar is now located in our lobby. The lobby will be open up tomorrow morning. I'm so upset because I really wanted it to be done today, but we ran into a couple issues. But it's located in the lobby and it's open on weekends, excuse me, on evenings. It's an upscale bar atmosphere that's geared towards creative cocktails with a wide selection of rums, approximately 40. So if you want to come in one night and try out all 40, just let me know and we'll make sure we have a room available for you. It really focuses on small bites. You don't get big entrees there. It's just to come in, have a couple appetizers and have a nice couple of rums or whatever little fancy drink you like, and just to hang around with your friends and gather. So you'll see the gathering spots is eventually within the next day or so. So please come and visit. Seacrest, most of you are probably familiar with Seacrest Restaurant and Terrace. This has been totally redone. It's our 2-a-day meal. It's breakfast in the morning, and then in the evening, it's your casual, geared towards all age groups, focuses on regional cuisines and seafood. So we'd like to pull in a little bit of the Hilton Head cuisine into there. And then the outdoor terrace overlooks the resort and the grounds, which has palms and lagoons and live oaks. That's, as a footnote, that is not happening right now today. It looks like parts of Gaza out there. So please bear with me. It'll be done by the end of next month. Okay. Another new feature that we have, and something we didn't have in the past, is called the patio. The patio features multiple TVs for game day. It has an expanded selection of draft beers. It's perfect for catching up on your game and enjoying casual food. We also have the award-winning chili by our chef, Jake, who won the chili cook-off last year on Hilton Head Island. And I can tell you, it's absolutely fantastic. A little bit more items are loaded fries, she crab soup, and one hell of a smash burger if you like hamburgers. So, and then there's deck seating, as you can see on the outside. I think we have 7 or 9 TVs. So we'll be having a good time when it's game day, and for those of you who root for your local teams. Sea Glass Provisions. You'll remember this space formerly as Pearls. So outside of the doorway here, the rest of it will look the same. So this is a perfect stop, and it's going to be an on the go. Think of it as a marketplace where you can come in the morning, get your coffee to go, pastries, all kind of breakfast snacks. Then during the day, there'll be pizzas, sandwiches, grab and go items just to go. It's kind of like think of a convenience store, but located in our lobby. In addition to that, we'll also have a retail component in there that'll sell hats and bags and dresses and things like we had before, but condensed down to previously of what we had in Pearls. But we're really excited about that. Here's a little bit more of a sample. Oh, there's a gelato case in case you like gelato. So come on in and try it out. And then that's the grab and go section. So Sweet Cane. Sweet Cane is the mess that is currently happening in the back of the hotel. So I think they've been jackhammering for about 3 weeks and they haven't stopped. I don't think they can pry the guy off the jackhammer at this point. He's been doing it for so long. So that is expected to open at the end of April. And Sweet Cane typically runs May to October. It features frozen drinks, and the food menu is traditional poolside hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken fingers, all kind of stuff. But you'll see we're expanding it. So there's seating now on both sides of Sweet Cane and a much more upscale look to what we're presenting. So I talk about relaxation, and one of the things that we have done is the pool that used to be underneath has been filled in, and we are currently in the process of putting a new exterior pool in place. It's called the relaxation pool, and you'll see this is somewhat of a rendering. Right now, it just looks like a pile of dirt and a bunch of cinder blocks, but they tell me it'll be done next month. So, come back and see me and I'll let you know if that happened or not. So what's kind of cool is it has 3 sections to it. So on the top section is the loungers that sit in the pool, a little bit of water. Then you have the pool. And then we have a hot tub that we figured out could accommodate about 30 people. So we're trying to find creative ways of putting banquets in our hot tub so people can come and have a banquet. Don't come and ask me for a banquet in the hot tub. I'm only kidding. So please don't take me seriously. In addition to that, we'll have about 6 to 8 cabanas that will be available for rent. They will have oversized loungers in them, TVs, refrigerators, fans, and concierge, cabana concierge. There you go. That's what we're going to look like. I don't have a clicker here, but on the left side where that big area is, that's the big hot tub, and then in the middle of the pool, and then the soakers. And then you see our existing pool there. This is the design elements that you'll see. Very tropical, very cool, very relaxing. And what I mean by relaxation pool, what'll happen is from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m., we'll only allow adults in there. And then from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., A lot of families like to have fun in the hot tub with their kids and stuff like that. So we're going to open up that opportunity to them. Another new shop is the Seaside Shop. This is really taking the place of what was lost at Pearls. It will be quite expansive with all kind of beach toys and beach wear and umbrellas and hats and everything and anything that you would need for both a pool day or for a beach day. Sound cool, right? Do you like it all? All right, good deal, good deal. So, how are you all going to benefit from it? Dun, 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 dun. All right. So let me introduce to you the 2025 Good Neighbor Benefits cards. You will get those today if you haven't already, right? All right. On your way out, make sure you get one. All right. So here it is. So all the restaurants that I just mentioned to you, each and every one of you with that card will get a 20% food discount. That's Seacrest, Driftwood, Rum Bar, the Patio. Enjoy it. Have a great time. You could have a different meal every night for the next 5 nights, and then get tired of us, take a couple of nights off, and then come back and see us. For guest room rates, it's 20% off. That basically has not changed. The spa is 15% off from Sunday to Thursdays. The retail shops, everything retail is 20% off in Sea Glass Provisions and in the Seaside Shop. Resort Pass is something new. A lot of, or some of you, and even some of the renters who came to Shipyard last year, they really love this. So basically what you can do is you can buy a day pass and enjoy all the benefits of the resort. So on top of that, we wanted to add another discount for all of you. And those prices for Resort Pass flex, so you can get a pretty good deal on it. So we're going to set you all up. We'll send that out probably in the newsletter or something to let you know where to go to get a Resort Pass. But trust me, it's fantastic. We're even putting in new showers. If you just want to take a shower here, come back in and get a drink somewhere else, take advantage of it. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity, and we've gotten some really great feedback from some of your renters and even some of you who are here year round. In addition to that, you all know that you got the Shipyard golf, the 60 to 6. There you go. You can go golfing now, right? So, okay, just checking. The golf shop, you get discounts, Brickyard Pub, and then the adult tennis program. And then lastly, as I end up on my 6.5 minutes, drum roll, please. We will have the second annual Shipyard Owners Picnic on Sunday, May 18th. We are looking to invite all of you once again for the second year in a row. We love having you as part of our community. We love you being there, and we want to have a good time. So we'll have some great food, going to do some prizes, do some games, and a little bit of entertainment. So there's more details to come. We'll make sure we get that out to you. Once again, on behalf of the staff of the Sonesta Resort, Hilton Head Island, we couldn't be happier than to be a partner with Shipyard and the Owners Association. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support that you give to us. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for everything that you do. So I'm back with you for a little bit of fun. I'm here to talk about some awards. So in keeping with this year's theme, It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, we wanted to take a moment to recognize some standouts. We decided to refer to them as nifty neighbors this year. One, because I like alliteration and we thought it was cute. But anyway, these folks go the extra mile in making Shipyard better, each in their own unique way. So the first recipient for this year is Amy Ashton. Amy has consistently served on a variety of POA committees, such as the ARB and Security Committee. She's also previously served on your board of directors. But beyond that, she goes out of her way to share her feedback on a wide range of initiatives, projects, and communication efforts, and more. She really helps our team see more through that owner's lens that I talked about earlier, and that's so important. So thank you, Amy, for all that you do. Stay there, stay there. And then there's Denise Carlson. Denise Carlson, I know I saw you in here. Denise is our resident nature walker who consistently gives us feedback on some of the little things she sees while she's out and about on the bike paths. And I can't make this up. She literally emailed me last, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday and said, Meredith, the bird box or the library box is broken again. So while all these little things might seem little on the surface, when you get a bunch of them together combined, it might seem like things are forgotten or unattended to. So we thank you very much, Denise, for your keen eye. And circling back to what I said earlier about the importance of commercial partners and the relationships, I'd be remiss if I did not recognize Tom D'Angelo. Tom D'Angelo, I saw him earlier, but I don't see him in here right now. But Tom is an employee here at the Sonesta, but he's also a shipyard owner. He served on the security committee for so many years, and he plays a vital part in keeping Chief Alexander abreast of upcoming events, access issues, and so much more. So on behalf of the management and security teams, I thank you, Tom, for everything you do. And we'll give his award to Bob to accept on his behalf. Next up is Fred Rickenbach. Fred was a member of our board of directors for this past term and others. He's also a member of the Security Committee, the Community Standards Committee, and just wrapped up a term on the Executive Committee. Through it all, Fred always gives us constructive feedback, and we truly appreciate how he helps us consider different perspectives. He always volunteers whenever there's a need, especially when he feels like he has something to offer. And so many times he does have a lot to offer. So, Fred, thank you for all that you do. And also to the Reitz family, Tom and Chris Reitz. They are our nifty neighbor duo for this year. Tom and Chris Reitz, I think I saw one half of the duo here today. So in this line of work, it's so great to hear positive feedback when things are going well. We can always count on Tom to share his feedback on a variety of efforts, and for his wife, Chris, to attend our coffees and share her input and ask important questions to help us determine sustainability for ongoing and upcoming projects. They are a great duo in here for sure, and we appreciate all that they do. So, one more thing, well, two more actually. If the presidents of the men's and women's clubs are here today, we'd ask for you to come forward as well. Because again, we appreciate what you do in making Shipyard more enjoyable and adding to that sense of community. So if you're here or one of your representatives are here to accept the token that we have, it's something to help you out with your refreshments at one of your upcoming meetings. So you need that. So if you're here, if you'd come forward as well. And while they're making their way forward, I don't see Mary Alice in the room anywhere, but oh, Mary Alice is right here. So while she's coming forward, Mary Alice, to take the photo of our nifty neighbors, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you again to Mary Alice for always being on hand to capture the special moments in Shipyard. Women's. Is there no men's club representative? Okay. All right. And the last award I have here is for Mr. Straveri. Again, I talked about him earlier, but he really does do a lot to help us out on a daily basis when he's in there fulfilling his ARB role. But I can't tell you how many times I bother this man throughout the week. So I will have a little gift here to just say thank you on behalf of our team for all that he does. And now we're going to show you a brief video of all of the fun you've had this year, and also some great pictures taken by Mary Alice of the beautiful
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's
And I'm back for a few quick announcements. I promise I'll be done talking after this. So as mentioned earlier, the Good Neighbor cards are available. So as you exit today, please make sure you get those cards because there are some great benefits on them. Also, in response to some of the questions I've received over the last few weeks, there's a table of some important handouts. So there's information about living on or near a golf course, short-term rental updates from the town, latest news about the airport, beach renourishment project news. And then also as a special note, just for everyone, the Pope Gate entrance will be closing to through traffic on Sunday at 1 p.m. because of the parade. And then we will reopen once we get word from the sheriff's office. Also, one last thing on your way out, also get a copy of the special edition of the newsletter that's specifically for the annual meeting. And most importantly, you are now asked to join us at a reception over in the lobby bar. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Good job, Mary.
Close the meeting.
Good job.
Thanks.
Excellent job.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Should have never left.
You'd be missed.
Yeah, for a short time.
So what? How did this go, Joss?
You so much. So your first experience, it's not too scary here. Good. Yeah.
Sit there. Looking forward.
Well, I'm just glad that you're feeling better because you sounded kind of scary the other day there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. You don't have to do that.
I know you love going there, so take a buddy and go have fun. Dessert.
Wait, what?
Well, you're not giving us. So you got the dinner, so we wait until.
Just want to see him around. Stuck in here.
Yeah, no.
Good to get you.
Yeah, it's, yeah, it's just a man's book.
I'm gonna put this stuff in the car and then go drink.
You're gonna drink when you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, drink is happening.
Had something to do with that, that's all flat.
Yeah, yeah.
2 years.
How long was 72? 2029. Well, I'm going out because it has a railing.
Yeah.
I'm always,
We needed railings or goaltend, they only got it in one.
But without the 18, these lights on.
thank you.
Whoa. Don't put wheels on the chairs.
Yeah, for sure. You don't stumble.
Thank you.
Good job. Well, the method part, the look is back. They use great. Job. I need that. This was shocking. So. I had nothing to do with it. No, it's saying right here. No, they'll go out to the super. Try. Richard James, what's very pleasant. Okay. Yeah. Stay by our way back. You might be still out there switching. Yeah. Oh, well. Might still be alive. That's it. Well, this is. I've seen it. Yeah. Really? What's that? So we go down. Yeah. I want this. Yeah. That's sexy. There. So. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Brad. Right. He got so much. I will for him.
Right.